Hello there, and welcome to a new game review. I've selected a random game from a random tournament that I found. Um, Unlike yesterday, today it seems like it was a worse day for puzzles, so I wasn't going to make a mess of myself like I did in the yesterday's matches. So I said, okay, let's try and at least get something useful from game. I just sneaked a peek at the analysis of the game, just trying to pick through what game might be fruitful to review. I do not know the black player's rating, um, but I saw that the move's going to be interesting. So like that's the only thing that I know that you guys still don't know yet. Based on the analysis, it's going to be an interesting game from both sides. Uh, right, king size opening. We have the horse sedimenting the center. Okay, I'm unsure why we would want to start from here, maybe to put pressure from this side with a queen. Whereas I don't see it. For example, this one is unprotected and you can take it with a queen. You could check then, but you won't get your pawn back. So, yeah, this is like a draw in pieces, and I don't really see a way to gain an advantage unless you come this way and then you check this one and then you take this one. You take the horse with a queen, but then you need something to provoke the horse, maybe like this. Uh, yeah, aiming in this side to protect yourself from the king, from the queen that is protecting the horse. But I can see that he didn't want to take with the queen to not expose his queen too soon. He moves his horse. Honestly, I'll just take the horse here. Um, There is no way to take the horse back except putting this one back in protection. He does not. Um, I just expose the left side faster, though he would king side. He would castle king side. Either way. Um, Here it would be a potential fork if he goes here with one of his pawns, but he can block it with one of his own. I think so. That's a promising thing to do. Mm, there's another one you could pin the horse there. Actually, I think yeah, I like this idea. I think I would go here with the bishop, and then it would pin. Oh, it would pin the king. Probably a way to stop it would be to move this pawn here. So then you're forced to take this one, but then at the end of it, you still win it, or you still win a pawn. And you get to take a shot at the queen. Another way to defend against it is to move this bishop here, and then you have two-sided protection on here. But yeah, I kind of like this idea here, and then if he moves this on, then I just castle to the right. Oh, okay, he goes on with it. Okay, and the black does the same as I envisioned. Castle, okay. So far so good. I think here he's in a pinch bit because I think I'll probably just push these two pieces to threaten the horse and then to get the bishop out and castle as well because I'm at least two moves behind a castle. Um, or I could just move the queen, not there, to move the queen here and castle on this side. Um, but I think on the right side would be more fruitful. Okay, we would have to move all the attacks on the right side. Oh, he moved that one probably to get the bishop here. I wonder why didn't he threaten this horse? Maybe because it would have helped the horse move a square for free. Now here you can't anymore, presumably. Um, Here is blocked, so then yeah, you have these spaces. Um, so I can understand what he's doing here. He's trying to threaten this one because he also has this horse here. Not bad. This pawn is protected by this horse, so it wouldn't be an easy queen taken. Well, yeah, I still think I would have moved this pawn over here. This is a threat in itself, so yeah, I suppose it's good. It's good as well. I'm not really sure which one is better, but it's good. Okay, we get a pawn here so that the horse cannot come in this way. But I don't think this is the threat. I think the next move is gonna be the bishop going there, which it is, and then he's gonna castle. What would I want to do here if I was white? So definitely it's mm, I think I would push this pawn here, but then you have this one protecting at the same time. Meanwhile, we would need to bring one of these pieces out. So and then we have our castles. Well, yeah, if the castle would be a simple rook, then that would be interesting in on in itself. But what I wanted to see is that we don't have our rooks activated, so probably he's gonna want to do something about that. All right, he moved his bishop out. Not too far, because then it can be threatened by this one, and then you threaten a pin. Mm, but I wonder why not here. Maybe just so he doesn't move this one, and then he's gonna be forced to move here, and this one is a protected position anyway. So yeah, probably here not to threaten that because well, the horse is not really targeted, and even if he was, it's still protected by the queen. He castled. Now the white, I would probably try to move my queen here maybe and then bring the rook here, but I don't really have a grand idea behind all of this. So he moves here. I doubt it's for bringing the rook here, or maybe it is. We'll see. Okay, finally bringing the pawn out to chase the bishop out. Here by the end of it, it's gonna be a loss on the white player if he continues this. So probably I'd move my bishop here just to threaten this one. I mean, it's kind of well protected, but better than going here, I think. Um, yeah, he eventually goes here. Um, okay. Then what would I do if I was the black player? Here, definitely it can't be because of this pawn now that it's over here. I think the horse here could be a viable move, but then this one is protected by two pieces, so not that viable. Mm, I'm thinking maybe developing these two just so you have something to fall back to when you push, but yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, he moved his queen. So he can target this square. Interesting. Right, we have a bishop moving in this place. Maybe because he assumed that the horse can move here, but he can't. So there's only one here, and then this one here, and then moving this one, but then it's just a check. I'm unsure exactly what's the goal here, so I'll just follow along for now. So if he moves this one, it doesn't, it's not really a, okay. And what it's gonna do is gonna come this way. We protect this one, presumably, from nothing. I mean, I think it's a good idea in itself because then I can push this one and it has two pieces protecting it. But I don't know why the bishop is here and not here because then we'd have this one takes it, this one is dead. If this one wants to take, it's gonna be dead because of the bishop that was here. And at the end of it, well, nothing. We just exchange pieces. So this one will probably want to move here now that it has the rook. Then I don't think he's going to give the fight. Oh, actually, if he wants to take the horse, then he can just go in here. But still not a good idea to just run through it. Okay, still unsure what's the goal here. Well, I mean, another thing it can be to be here, and then if he takes, then the queen comes here. But without the rook somewhere around here, there's no real threat. And even if that would be, then the horse would be protecting that side. So I'm sure. Seems like scoping out, but there's not a definite threat in my mind yet. This one can clearly push on the horse. I'll probably just block it with my own. Oh, okay. The horse is dead, and he takes with the bishop. There's just an equal exchange. I don't really see. Well, I mean, now the queen can come here, and with the horse being here, probably you can pin. I mean, it's not really a pin because you're gonna take a. Yeah. I mean, if you want to target this one, sure, I guess, because he has to move the queen. Oh, he does not take the bishop. Interesting from my part that he just moved this one here. No, I think it was instead of taking the bishop and freeing the rook, he's protecting the vulnerable pawn. Okay. He decides to retreat. He doesn't want to lose his bishop, but hey, if you wanted your bishop, he would have taken it already. Now I think you can move your horse here and threaten these two ones if only you had a bishop here that you do not. I mean, maybe you can move your queen here, then move your horse here, but still not a good exchange. If you just can just move his rook. Okay. I suppose it's easy to do this. So, like, what exactly is he trying to do? Yeah, it's easy to block it, and there was nothing targeted anyway. And now these spaces are taken. So, and this one as well. He decides to go here. Are you trying to brute force through here? I'm wondering. If he takes this one, there is still the pawn, the bishop. So nothing there really. Now the horse cannot come here either. You didn't go here to threaten this right side. I'm stumped a bit. Okay, now the horse is threatened. He moves in to defend, supposedly, and free the bishop in to move more, I guess. Okay, so he goes with the right side, not on the left side, because this one he's still going to eventually win. And it's the only way to break the left, I suppose. Okay. Taking the free pawn. Interesting. Personally, I would have taken the horse and then this one. Okay, that was interesting. Okay. He moves to save the rook. Okay, finally takes the horse. Well, I guess it happened the way I envisioned, but in a different order. Here is a shame you can't take this one, but you can't just be taking all the time. Yeah, really, I'm wondering what the white will do here. Honestly, here I would be. I'll just be thinking exactly what are my options. Basically, I don't know what my options are. Maybe trying to push through here, but like very hard to defend against to defend them. Maybe moving this one here, then moving this one here, then moving the rook, and then trying to force my way through the pawns, but how likely would that be? Okay, I'm threatening I mean, white is threatening the rook, but it's not really an issue, is it? I mean, maybe I'll think about going with the rook here, but he just can easily just move his rook. Like the bait was to grab it with the queen, and then you have the queen for just a bishop. But I don't think that would really happen. The rook here is an interesting move because anything that is that it would try to defend, it's already defended. Okay, I don't see what is it exactly that it's doing. I mean, I guess it's blocking the rook from coming this way because the pawn is protecting the bishop. Now he's attacking the pawn, moving it here. Oh, protected by the queen, alright. Now I doubt it's doubly attacking the pawn. I mean, pawn. Yeah, I think yeah, I mean by the end of it you win a pawn, so I suppose it could be worth it. At the same time it's targeting this pawn so you can't move it, so probably this one could be a move. But it can easily be countered by this one. The rook cannot come this way to defend it, and it's also blocking the bishop, to be fair. I think the rook here as a move would have been interesting in itself, not really putting a dent. It can just move here or here, but like the next move would have been to, well, take the pawn. So like instead of having the queen come here, I think coming with the rook here, or they force the queen to move somewhere. I don't know, here, let's say, maybe not the best move, and then you get the pawn for free. There's pretty much no way to check the king. So, and now we have double stacked rooks on a black square, which the bishop cannot attack. So, but I mean, let me bring the color back to the table. Okay, we have the queen moving here. I'm unsure why, unless you want to brute force the pawn. He decides to protect it with the bishop, so he's taking no chances. Here might actually this be a good move. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, now it's. I mean, even before he moved his rook here, he was still targeting this pawn. Well, which honestly, yeah, it was better he left it like unprotected. Like if you wanted to go here, I think maybe a good move would have been to go around here. But no way to protect this one as well. And now he brings his queen pretty close to the king, which is interesting. And then, then you can come with the queen here and force an exchange. And free this side, basically. Though I think rook here would be a more powerful move. Because you block the queen from moving, you then have one of these two places to go and you lose the queen. So yeah, if you come with the rook here, you have this zone like targeted. Same with this one. So like the queen is only left with this one as its only viable choice. I'm unsure from there exactly what to do, but well, there is a will, there is a way, I think. So going here, probably I'll come with the bishop in here, and then the queen has only space left. Actually, even this one could be a good move. Yeah, this is a good move. I like this one. So like, we bring this one here, and oh, okay. Well, this one is taken. Ooh, with this move, you kind of let yourself be, yeah, you kind of let yourself be taken here. So now I can kind of see why he came with a rook here to protect this square from coming, from approaching with the queen. Okay, I see. All good. All right, we have a move of the bishop, though maybe to bring the bishop here and force the king to go down. But then it will still be hard to checkmate unless you bring this rook here. Yeah. We have okay, we have a bold push on the left side, which honestly black can't do anything against. Okay, we have the king going on h1, but there can't be a mate, and there won't be one for some time. Not with these pieces. I mean, you really need to move the. I think you need to move the rook down here, but then this bishop is like holding it all back. So maybe going here would be an idea, but then yeah, you'll lose it because you move with the bishop here, and say white moves this one. Even then, it would be like queen moving here. No, actually, yeah. If he does anything but protect here, then you'd have the rook here. This one is dead. Then you have this one dead. Then you have this one. This one dies. Then this one comes here. This one dies. And with the final check, you get a mate. Yeah, I suppose it could work like that. But you need at least 1, 2 preparatory moves to do that. Okay, so he brings the pawn forward to scare off the queen. Honestly, I can't judge too much. I would probably, in a lot of the games, I would do the same. I would see, oh, pawn can take queen, sure, let's go. Though the queen can escape, so I don't know why you would allow the queen to freely move. I still think bringing in this rook here would be more important to secure the mate. Yeah, and then you have this move that's pressuring your queen. Okay, he escapes with the queen, though I think an exchange would have been the best in this case. Well, not in his case, because of these pawns. Okay. Ooh, he goes back. I mean, he lost all the yeah. Moving his pawns here, I think he lost all the advantage he had. But maybe he's playing for time. He maybe secretly hopes that the white is gonna lose on time. Now I think it's 2 seconds, sort of a pre-move stuff. I think. Um, you still need to bring your queen here though, which he does not. Well, what are you gonna do now with that? Okay, he then moves in. What, you're gonna bring this one here? And then you wanna bring it here. I mean, yeah, at this point I think I would, yeah, 7 seconds. I think I would just take him. Yeah, and he does. Pre-move. Ooh, it's pre-move. Imagine, because I think this is so fast, it is definitely a pre-move. Imagine this one, predict it. It's gonna be a pre-move, because like you have this one, so like you have this one, and then you do a pre-move, but like this one, instead of doing the pre-move, you have it moving here, and the pre-move would be to have your queen here. Well, lost game, but yeah, he predicted it well, and he didn't lose any time on that, which is a shame. I mean, they exchange queen now, but here comes another one, and then if you want to take it, then you lose a rook at the price of a even better. You lose a rook at the price of a pawn. That became a queen, nonetheless. Okay, that's a movement. Then you have another one that's this pawn movement here wasn't really all that fruitful, I think. Yeah, there's not much you can do. You can't do. I think, yeah, he can't do anything to stop it, because even if he was like this one and then he wanted to move like this, then you just take, and then you cannot even take it because of the bishop. So yeah, I mean, here it's just gonna turn into queen, so not much that you can do. He lost all the advantage by moving the pawn in this position, I believe. And excellent overtake by the white player. So there is some time that they are winning if they move fast enough. I think it's maybe a second or 3 seconds, maybe. I'm unsure. Okay, yeah, and from here it should be a steamroll. I don't think there's anything. Then move the queen here. Nah, because you're gonna lose it. Anyway, it's not even. Maybe only the time, just like trying to pre-move something. something decent. I think I would just move the queen here so I can brute force it with the rook. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I think this one is a loss. I mean, yeah, I think he could have moved here, so it's not so easy to basically pin the piece, and he has to move out and then lose the piece. Yeah, it's a steamroll from here, and that's mate. Yeah, it's mate. Well, now let's open the analysis and see exactly how things stood. I think that like until here they were, yeah, until this castle. I think things stood on the white player's side just slightly, I think. Maybe because he was on the offensive, and then he seems like he did a mistake. The best thing would have been here to take this one. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay. Huh. And it would be one pawn extra, and then you take it with the queen. So yeah, you gain advantage of one pawn because of the queen moving here. Interesting. But in reality, this was a mistake, probably because he did not take advantage uh, of being able to take this horse, I think. And if he lost this one, then you can, so like, let's say that he did this one, and you overtake with this one. Apparently, this is not as good because you get to lose this pawn. Huh. Interesting how like this move could have been a loss. Even here, I think maybe it's equal because there's a way to. So, yeah, and now here you protect this bishop. So even if he does this one, he doesn't need to go on the offensive because he can overtake you. And then if he wants to take, then you get to win it without losing the horse and protecting this pawn. Yeah, I can see it. And then you have this one, and then overtake it probably with the rook. Somewhat likely. Okay, very, very interesting. Was this the best move it could do? No. Overtake the pieces, I suppose. Well, this is kind of wild. It's like you move this one here, and well, I mean, I think you could do this. Definitely. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. Why is like this one such? Why is taking the queen such a bad idea? Because you lose this opportunity? Okay. Because you get to save your horse, right? And now you lose the queen and only win a pawn. And now it's draw, but then you have an entire horse sitting in here. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because if you do this, then you just lose an entire horse. And you have a +2 difference, and it's a huge difference. And then you get to lose, I suppose, more because of that difference. Okay, that is fruitful to see. Now let's go on. This one was a mistake as well, which could have been punished. Uh, yeah, I mean, I wondered as well why he moved the bishop here. What would have been Black's player's best move? Okay, he would have taken the pawn, lose it, lose this one. Oh, and then he cannot take the horse back because it's that one, and then you can take the bishop. Oh, you do not. It's a +1 because you won a pawn there. Okay. Ah, the difference is like a -2, so what piece does the computer sees that he would lose? I'm only see the advantages position, but I don't see the actual. Well, I think I can see it now. Yeah, eventually you get to win a pawn, but like so many moves ahead. Okay, and this one was a mistake because the computer apparently calculated you should have. Hold on a second. That you should have taken. We'd have taken this one, and then you can take this one. This one is protected, so you cannot take it itself. What was the next move here? Oh, take this one. Lose. Did I mistake it somewhere? Because like instead of this one, yeah, it's that one. You take with the horse. Oh, okay. And then you take this one. I calculated take with the bishop. I'm unsure why you need to move your horse though. Probably because this one followed. Okay. Alright, that was a mistake because it wasn't doing much. Now this one moves away. Okay, so now you can't do it anymore. Now the chances are equal. Alright. Then black follows with a mistake. Inaccuracy, I think. No, it's a mistake, this one, I think. Inaccuracy is yellow. This one can be, yeah, this one. I was looking into this one myself. Ooh, not answering it. And then you lose the horse, and then you lose the other horse, and you have to take this one, and you overtake it, and you leave. And it's in white's favor because it's nested, maybe, right? I mean, you still get to lose one of them. Okay, and then you get to take that one, you lose it, retreat. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we have this one. Fairly normal move. Another mistake here on the white part that, I mean, it kind of equalizes. Like before it has a plus 0.65, 66, yeah, plus 0.6. And then this one brings it back to equality. This is considered a mistake. Okay, what black should have done? Yeah, but like, okay, that is threatened. Okay, then you lose it. Activate the king. Yeah, that's a lot to consider. Now we get a mistake on this side, brings advantage to white. Another mistake, even more advantage. Yeah, because he gets here to win an extra pawn. And here he has like 2.3, and this moves gets him to almost 3, 2.9. I mean, from 2.4, actually this one would have been the best approach. But still would have been a good advantage on his side. And then we have this one that kind of brings a little bit of sunshine into the black player, and he should have taken it, alright, which eventually happens. And he had another mistake. Ooh, and this one could have been exploited to bring balance to the force to the board. What did you say? This is a bold move to take this pawn and threaten this one maybe. And then he should have moved there, then queen. I mean, I'm sure why you didn't just take it. Finally. Double protecting that one, okay, and then you lose the pawn, so you get a +1, that's why it's slightly on the advantage. Then you lose that one. I mean, not sure why would you want to do that. I think eventually it calculates it's gonna win it. It's gonna win it back. Okay. Well, at some point it just went from black having the advantage to, I think it just, yeah, I think miscalculated somewhere here. Yeah, we are still in like minus 0.10. Oh, equalizer. Okay, maybe still here somewhere. We still had the advantage somewhere here, and he didn't just blunder it, I think. Like he threw himself off. Like over here, it's still, yeah, minus 0.36. Hmm, 0.18. Yeah, anyway, so the thing is that, like, instead of moving the rook here, could have moved it there to threaten the pawns and eventually win the pawns. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have thought about it. Moving the rook here. I think I would have done this though. In hindsight. Oh, and then you can move here. Oh no, that's a bad move, apparently. What would have been the best move? Ooh, yeah, and then attacking that one. Maybe bringing the bishop there. Okay, right. Damn. Okay, now I see why the advantage, because you lose that one, and you have a +2, +1 because you lost the pawn. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's a different thing from what happened. Okay, let's go forward. I have the white player doing another mistake here, where it could have been exploited by black and doing what we saw before. Okay, it does end up happening with the next one, and this one was a blunder apparently. The black player could have exploited it by coming here, and he does do that. Then this one happens. Then he should have brought the rook here, as I said. But he ends up moving his bishop there, which kind of turned the situation around. So like, yeah, I imagine this one would have been the move. Let's say, computer, help me with your best move. You have this one here. So I think moving moving the bishop. Should I move the bishop? No, because then I would block this one. Probably just take the queen. Yeah, taking the queen out. And then he takes this one. We move the pawn okay, I wouldn't have thought to move the pawn. Move there, check it. Okay, so yeah, to move it here so you can check. Then you move it downwards, then you push the pawn. Take that one to prevent them, I guess, from turning. Alright. You go for the bishop, then back. Still for the bishop. That one to block the pawn from advancing, I suppose. And this is like a fine game of trying to grab them, I suppose. Preventing each other from turning. But black would still be definitely on a bigger advantage. Ooh, and now you lose the rook, I think. Actually, no. You just have to check again. Ooh, interesting. Check again. Check. Oh, okay. Now I think it's one move away from being checkmated, and I think the king needs to move to the left. No, he just takes. That was a free one to take, and now you lose the bishop, I think. That's a good trap, I suppose. Anyway, That didn't happen though. But yeah, I think bringing the rook here would have been the best decision to do. And I probably would have taken the queen here, but then I wouldn't have known to play the end game. But that's something that I have to work on. Okay, he then does a mistake here, which turns the tide not yet quite significantly, but it does turn it to some degree. Okay, then white does another mistake here that could have been exploited quite strongly. Again, moving the rook here. And then pushing the pawn. Okay. But this was a mistake on black part, on the black side player, and this could have been okay. Which, well, honestly, not yet exploitable, and this can still be turned around. So like, that's what I saw. And I was like, okay, this must have like a lot of twists and turns, but it just eventually ends up being like, okay, this could have been turned so many ways, but it just didn't happen. Um, but yeah, obviously the computer would see things. I mean, even I didn't uh, see so much into the future. So like, yeah, maybe I predicted this one would be a good pool, but not exactly how to do it. Like for example, here it was already too late to do it. And yeah, well, here was a bad time to do it, I think. Um, yeah, I think that this one is so like it happened like this, and this one. Then I think mm, the only thing you probably can take is for the queen, yeah, which I think actually does. Yeah. Um, well, yeah, the white still has at this point a pretty big advantage. And he could do this one, and if he turns this one, you can take it, but then you can lose it as well. So like here you're just threatening, take the queen, but then you lose it, and then you want to turn your own. It's funny because you're just gonna lose it, and he has still a +2 positional advantage. So yeah, there's not much that he can do. And this one is considered a great move, though I think it was the logical move to make. And from here on, the game is lost. +6 because you can turn the queen. Yeah. And from here on, I think there is only one more mistake that was done. It was this one. It was like mate in 3, mate in 1, and it's a mistake just because he doesn't mate, and you lose the rook. So like queen here, yeah, mate. Well, it was definitely an interesting game. I am unsure of what I have learned from it, even more unsure of what you might have learned from it. But well, to a certain degree, I enjoyed following it along. It was definitely interesting in the sense that by the analysis, it becomes obvious there were a lot of moments where the game could have turned any other way than it did eventually. Um, well, thank you for following along and see you on the next one. Cheers.